Okay, here's from the winch side of it. We're going to start from the winch. The winch cable goes up to the top on the left side from the back up to the pulley. Go around the pulley on top. The cable comes straight down that same post where the winch is on, all the way down to the bottom of where the actual house is bolted on to another pulley. Goes around that pulley, goes parallel with the house all the way to the front of the stand, along that beam to a pulley on the front side. From there it goes around the pulley and back up to the top post on the top left and attaches to the post on top. That is your crank up pulley system. Here we go.
Cable is anchored to the main frame of the trailer. Comes up and around the pulley, across the top tube, then it cuts through 3 holes put into cross members for the bed for the deer stand, then goes underneath the last tube on the very far end, goes around the pulley, and then goes up to the top, and that is where it's anchored.
Pulley system for rear going across the back, just the same as the front done, but we're going to go through it.
Cable is attached to the main frame on the bottom of the main trailer frame, comes up and goes around across the tube through 3 tubes, and then ends up under the last tube and goes around the pulley, and then goes and anchors to the very top right hand side looking from the rear. Runs the same. Rear and front pulley starts on the winch side of the trailer.
Here we go.
Front and rear. Double pulley, opposite side of winch of trailer. Far outside cable mounts to the bottom of the frame. Cable comes over the pulley, runs to the back, then it goes under the pulley, runs up and anchors to the top. Inside pulley mounts to the rear right hand corner of the frame, goes over the pulley. This is the pulley nearest to the deer stand, goes down, runs under the pulley, then goes back up and anchors to the top. The second cable you see up there is actually the cable from the front one, how that anchors. So there's 2 sets of cables anchored on the right hand side, front and rear. We're going to go crank her up now.
And it's just a friction crank. And he's raising it. And the pulley goes up over that top one, comes back down on this side, around, goes across, and goes back up to the top corner where it hooks up there, the cable. House is all the way up. We're going to show the pins that we have to attach it, throw in the holes to take the weight off the cables, so you're supported by locked screws. All they are is 4, what are they, Chubbs? Size? 5/8 things. Why don't you pull that one out again, show them the hole and show them where it slides in, and then put it back. Pin, show them where the slot is for when it rolls. That's at about a 45, so you can drive down the road. They should stay in, and then they just go in the hole. Once all 4 pins are in all the way around, he lowers the house with the cable, loosening cable, and then just snugs it back up. So all the weight is just on the pins.
go there and there. For the cable anchors, all we're using is 2 chain links welded under the underside of the frame. You can't have real long because otherwise when the frame is all the way down on the bed, it'll bind up in there. So you got to keep them fairly short.
And here are the pads that we have in each corner when the house sits down, so it doesn't rattle so much when you drive. Every corner has one of these little pads. All it is a belt pad, and it just sits on those. We're going to go through the cable system with the house up in the air. We're going to do the front one where the hitch is first, going across the front, and here I go.
Chain links welded under the underside of the frame. Cable goes up over the top of the pulley, across the top of the first brace, then through the 3 tubes, and then under the underside of the brace, around the pulley, and then it's going to anchor up in the top corner. Now notice how the holes are drilled in the bed frame of the deer stand. That one is to the bottom, middle one is to the center, and the top, far left hand side is to the top. That is the same setup in the back. That way the cable is not binding. The holes are big enough that it feeds through there and the cable does not bind through that.
Okay, now we're going to do when it's up, we're going to do the opposite side of the crank, the 2 pulley systems, and we're going to start from the inside pulley.
Welded to the chain links, welded under the frame. Cable runs up, it connects, goes over the top to the double pulley, closest to the deer stand, goes across under the underside of the inside pulley and anchors up to the top corner. Chain links welded to the frame. This is the double pulley side, the right hand side, opposite side of the winch. The cable goes up over the top of the farthest outside pulley, goes over the top, runs to the back, goes underneath the back pulley, and connects up to the post on the back right hand side, top.